was fun while it lasted. Summer nights spent loving you were classic. Oh, yeah, we were electric. I've never been lit up so fast, like headlights in the dark in the middle of the night. But come September, I knew you wouldn't be mine. But it was fun
Folks, that
while
was
it
a brand new single, Fun While It Lasted, off the album Hometown Cliché. And I'm with Jessica Soul, who's the singer. How you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
No, welcome. Thanks for coming on to the show. And like I said, we're in the UK now, and we're hearing a lot more Canadian artists over here, and it's just brilliant to hear. And like I say, it's a great album, great singles as well. And how do you feel about it? What's going through your mind when you see all this hard work actually coming to fruition?
I'm so proud of this EP. It's so amazing to hear all of the good feedback and people loving the music. So it's wonderful. I'm so proud.
I know. And what's the thoughts behind the sort of Fun While It Lasted? Is that sort of relationship issue, or what's the theory behind the song?
Well, to me, Fun While It Lasted is a song all about living in the moment and enjoying the little things and not worrying about what the future might hold. Kind of not taking life too seriously, taking it day by day.
And I think that's right, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's things can get too serious, can't they? And especially in the music industry. And like you say, you've got to be in the moment and enjoy it while it's lasting as well, because you know yourself, more than probably people who are listening to music, of the knockbacks that you can get as an artist, and you do get as an artist, and you just have to make hay while the sun shines, I think is the saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why I think it's so important to enjoy the moment that you're in right now and not not worry about what's to come.
No, and you're based in Ontario?
I am Ontario.
My listeners are so bored of me saying this, but I was there last April in Ontario. I love it. I love Canada anyway. I've been a few times now, but the Niagara to Quebec kind of thing we did. But yeah.
Amazing.
And I did meet with Strut Entertainment while I was over there in Toronto at the head office. So that's why we've forged a bit of a link.
Amazing. They're the best. I love working with them.
Oh, Jamie and the gang, they're just so lovely, and nothing's too much trouble for them as well, you know. And I think I had a coffee with Laura, who works for them, and it was just nice to see a face to a name, you know, because the great thing is, we've got so many great Canadian talented people coming onto the show as well because of that, like yourselves, and it's just a nice to hear. You know, sometimes you might not hear it because everything's Nashville based, and you don't get to hear a lot of songs from around the world. But since I've been doing that link with Struts, we do get a lot more Canadian stars coming on the show as well.
That's so great. Canada has so much wonderful talent to offer. So I'm glad that you're loving it.
Oh, I mean, like I said, Ontario as well. I think per square mile, there's so much talent there as well, certainly in the country music genre. Again, lovely people as well. And do you get much time to go down to Nashville? I know you've been down there. I mean, do you do a lot of trips down to Nashville?
Yeah, I've been a few times now. I'm planning to go back later this year as well, which is super exciting. I do all my recording in Nashville, and I'm going to go back and do some writing too this year. So I'm pumped about that. Super excited.
And you're having John McBride as well as engineer again?
He is so, so cool to work with, and having him engineer this project is amazing. So I hope we get to work together again in the future.
Oh, he's a legend, isn't he? I mean,
yeah, he's so cool.
He's just brilliant. And how did it all start for you? What was that light bulb moment for you that said, right, I want to become a singer?
I always kind of knew I wanted to be a singer. I grew up in a musical family, so my dad's a musician as well. I grew up around a bunch of different genres, but I remember the light bulb moment for me specifically was when I went to my very first concert. I went to see Avril Lavigne, and I saw her on stage. Like, she walked out and she started singing one of my favorite songs at the time. And I remember I was so young; I had to have been maybe 7 or 8, and it like a switch flipped in my head, and I remember thinking to myself, I want to do that for the rest of my life. That looks like it's so much fun.
I like it. I do like Avril Lavigne. I've not heard her for quite a while, but when she just brings out so much good music, and it's nice having somebody you can aspire to as well.
Absolutely.
Is that what your sort of stage show brings as well, when you're on live?
What do
That
you mean?
that kind of energy that Avril brings, and like I said, she uses the stage quite well and gets involved with the audience and things like that.
I hope that's what my live music or live show brings to people. I actually just did my release party on Saturday in Toronto,
Oh,
and it was so much fun. There was such a good crowd of people there, and being able to hear them sing my songs back to me was so fun. And it's always so much fun interacting with an audience.
whereabouts in Toronto was that held?
I hosted it at Supermarket in Kensington Market.
Ah, well, I love Kensington Market. I mean, it's a lot of food and stuff there, and I was eating quite a bit. One of the stalls there, like a Chinese kind of food or something like that, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
lots of food, lots of shopping, lots of thrift
yeah,
stores,
yeah, we
lots of
met
music.
this lovely old age couple who just, there's no seats available apart from on their table. I said, "Oh, come down." And just chatted with them, and there was I think it was upstairs in the market. It's just nice to go to them and meet just people that you don't normally meet, you know.
The
Uh,
people there are wonderful.
and again, I thought it might have been the Rocking Horse Saloon in Toronto because I love that place. That's
Oh, I love that place too. It's so much fun.
I've been on the Booking Bronco.
I have not. I want to, but I feel like I wouldn't be very good at it.
I probably 6 weeks in traction in the hospital, so I never bothered really. Because I'm so accident prone, I thought, no, I'm not doing it. My daughter did it. My daughter had to go. But it just eased lockdown when we were there. So all the university people were coming in. So it was really, really rammed.
Oh
A
yeah.
couple of guys with cowboy hats were doing the line dancing thing. And I joined in because I used to do a bit of line dancing. And then I looked and there's about 50 people following me. And I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, but follow me anyway. I know all the line dance steps, but not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it.
But from obviously building up your career as well. I mean, when was the first gig that you actually went on, and I mean, how did you feel about that?
First show I ever played, I was really young. I grew up singing, and I remember being so nervous. And I went on stage with my guitar, and I played a few of my favorite songs. I was only up there for maybe 20 minutes, and I think that kind of was a little bit of a life-changing moment for me as well, because as soon as I got up there, all of the nerves went away. And yeah, it was a big learning moment for me and lots of fun. So
And you gathered a bit more momentum then. I mean, well, obviously it started to build up a lot more. I mean, do you remember your first big country gig?
I do kind of actually, because my first country gig, I think, would have been when I was in my first year of college. And the band was super rehearsed, and we went on stage and we performed a 35-minute set. And I remember coming off the stage after, and I was like, I want to do that for the rest of my life. That is so much fun.
Oh, brilliant. And with your folks, I mean, were they very, very supportive? Like you say, your dad's a musician. Were they very, very supportive with you going forward? Because I know sometimes parents go have a college education, get yourself a job, and don't consider music as a career. Were they very supportive of you?
They're so supportive. They're the most supportive people in the universe. I'm so lucky. I actually got a degree in music. So I did 4 years at Humber College and got a vocal degree.
Wow. Well, there you go. You can put that on the wall and say, there you are, Dad. I've got my degree. Don't live in my
Well,
dream.
my dad actually got a degree from Humber in the same program too.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's lovely.
Keeping it in the family.
Bit of a competition going on within the family. But I mean, I always say to other artists as well about, the careers, but everybody have said you need that bubble that supports both from a musical point of view, but obviously a family support, because without them, because there are going to be times when you're going to have to lean on them because, something doesn't happen or whatever, and they pick you up. I mean, that's so important, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And my family has been such a supportive, almost like a rock for me. And they've been there every step of the way. My husband's been through the whole journey with me as well, and his family. And to have such a supportive group of people has honestly, like, I don't know if I would be where I am without them.
I know it's unbelievable, and then from musical point of view, you've had music out now for a while, and obviously the new EP, and that's where a lot of people are going now. Where I always thought EPs were like 2 and 3, singles on an EP, but now it's like 6 and 7 tracks, isn't it? It's like a mini album as such, isn't it? And people are just extending it and then extending it. But that's the market conditions. You don't bring a full album out anymore. It's a little bit, and then sometimes you'll come and bring another album out, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. When we were picking the music for this specific for Hometown Cliche, we went through because I wrote so many songs thinking about what we were going to put on this project. And my team and I went through the whole Dropbox folder and we tried to find songs that could stand alone as singles as well as work together as a project. And I think the song selection for this, all the songs can stand alone, and they have kind of been a little bit. I've been getting feedback on every single one of the songs that's come out, and yeah, picking this project was a lot of fun.
I like the In the Name of Tequila.
Me too.
I do like that. I always remember drinking tequila sunrise. That's the only time I really drank tequila because I don't do the salt and lime kind of thing because I'm not a drinker as such. Although I'm 6'2" and 17 stone, I'm very, very weak on the old drinking. My daughters are 33 and 27, and they drink me under the table. Easy.
Oh, that's funny. I love that. I do love tequila. I made the mistake of when I was finishing up my set at my release party, I said something about wanting to do a tequila shot. And when I got off stage, there was a lot of tequila shots waiting for me. And I was like, I think I might have made a mistake.
I know. I've said that a few times when I've been performing quite a number of years now, and over here in the UK, and I've said that a few times. And I could really, really, drink a pint, or come off stage, nothing.
No.
Somebody will make me a cup of tea, but that's about it.
Soothe the throat.
Life of the rock and roll. But that's great. I mean, like I said, it's fresh. It's there's a lot of Kelsey Ballerini kind of vibe going through, which is very much now. And we were very fortunate over here. I think about 4 weeks ago, she did a UK tour, and I managed to see her in an up close and personal concert in Manchester here in the UK. And she just absolutely knocks her out the park. But it's good to have that kind of freshness and enjoyment in country music, because country music can be heavy sometimes, and that there's a lot of whiskey drinking and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes music just needs to be fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'm such a big fan of Kelsey Ballerini. She's one of my biggest influences right now with where I want to go with my music. And I'm so sad. I missed her. She was in Toronto when I was in Nashville a few months ago. And then she was not in Nashville when I was there because she was touring in other places. So I didn't get to see her live. But she's on my bucket list. I do want to see her live.
Yeah, she always seems to go. I mean, I was very surprised because I hadn't seen a full show. I've listened to music and that, but I went to see a full show because I'd seen her at C2C on the sort of big stage thing. But up close and personal, I thought, oh, no, and she absolutely knocked her out the park. It was so unbelievable, And at the moment, the UK, I don't know if you're aware about the UK, is so packed full of country music here, both from a UK audience, UK artists, but also the venues now. And you're getting people like John Pardy playing small venues, probably 400, 500 people in a venue, and stuff like that. And Midland doing the same, and Brothers Osborne doing the same. And but they love the crowds over here because, we're very appreciative. So the question is, when are you coming to the UK?
As soon as I can. I would love to go to the UK.
Well, I keep saying to Struck, we've forged this link now. So if you ever need any sorts of tips or advice, then give us a call and we'll try and help as much as we possibly can over here as well.
I will. Perfect. Thanks so much.
So my last question to you then, what's in the future? What's the next year looking like? What have you got planned?
I am playing a lot of live shows this summer, which I'm so excited about. I'm doing a lot of writing, doing a lot of just live shows around Ontario right now. And we've got some new music too that I'm working on because I'm always writing, always being creative. So always working on new music. I'm super excited to be showcasing this Hometown Cliche EP. And if you want, you can check out where I'm going to be playing this summer. Everything's on my website. So that's where you can.
And I said, fingers crossed that we get you over to the UK, and that'd be absolutely fantastic because the festivals are coming thick and fast over here now. I've just been very fortunate, just been speaking to Aaron Goodvin from Canada, and he's a great artist, a good friend of mine, and he's playing a festival now in his first UK tour is next month.
Awesome.
So it can
it's so amazing to see so much opportunity for country music now popping up.
Yeah. I mean, UK has always been a wash of country music lovers here, but it
Yeah.
just seems to have gone up a couple of notches, quite a few notches, really. Obviously, C2C coming over 10 years, and
Mm.
because everybody had to go to Nashville and the CMAs to see the big artists, but they're coming, they're coming, and people are enjoying it. Like Morgan Wallen, he's due in December. Luke Combs, we saw Luke Combs in a songwriting thing a couple of years ago, just on a stage, playing like small venue, and he's now headlining. It's just
Which is
great.
so cool. I saw Hardy in the same kind of capacity. We saw him at Boots and Hearts, and he was just playing on the back of a truck bed. And now this year he's headlining Friday. We've got tickets to go see him play Friday.
Oh, fantastic.
It's
Where's
so
that?
cool.
Where's that? Whereabouts you seen him?
It's Boots and Hearts. It's a festival in Ontario, in just north or just close to Barrie in Aurelia.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And hopefully the
Oh,
weather's going to be better as well.
yeah.
Yeah. But you take care. Have a safe trip watching Hardy as well. And good luck with everything, all your new music. And we can say we can't wait to see you over here if you can.
Thank you so, so much. I'll come over there as soon as I can.